Castro say this was a foreign policy failure.
It's just another example of the president treating foreign policy like it's some kind of game show. This isn't a game show. These are terrorists.
This is the worst president when it comes to negotiating, I think, that we've had in a very long time. It's another bizarre episode. It's more of his erratic behavior that people are tired of.
And Democratic Senator Chris Coons says the president may have good intentions, but he needs to rethink his approach.
I don't have a problem with the Trump administration trying to resolve our very long conflict in Afghanistan through direct negotiations with the Taliban. But I disagree with how our president goes about his negotiations around the world. He seems to think that he and he alone individually can negotiate with Kim Jong-un in North Korea, with Xi Jinping in China, or in this case with the Taliban.
And then there's this, the New York Times reporting the real reason negotiations between the White House and Taliban fell apart was due to disagreements over the terms and announcements of a potential peace deal. Steve, watching this, what are the headlines to you?
Well, I don't know about headlines, but I tell you how I'm feeling about it, which is actually very angry, and not perhaps for the reason that you might predict, which is that, honestly, I'm watching all these people, particularly these establishment types, harumphing about this, and, oh, how can he do this, and, you know, Camp David and whatever, and the blood on the hands of these people. What is President Trump trying to do here? Let's just take a step back. He is actually trying to clean up the mess that all these establishment people, with their military-industrial complex cronies and all their diplomatic moves that they've been doing in the traditional way for decades, he's trying to clean up their mess. And now they're jumping up and down saying, oh, he shouldn't do it like this. Let's try something new. And actually, when you see some of these people, Liz Cheney, my goodness, please spare us. I mean, she talks about deaths. Her father literally was responsible for not just the thousands of deaths that she rightly attributes to the Taliban, millions of deaths, billions of dollars wasted, funneled into the company that he was the CEO of. Okay, the corruption of this military-industrial complex, the establishment that supported them, led to all these problems that Donald Trump is trying to clear up.
Wow.
Tell us how you really feel.
I know, that is the headline. You started with I'm angry. We believe you. Emac, when you look at this, though, in terms of the news that's being reported today, the New York Times and others reporting that Afghanistan now bracing for violence, so on and so forth. We knew we were going to leave because since President Trump, then candidate, was running, he said, look, we're going to leave Afghanistan. And so now he's looking for a deal, peace or no peace. Reportedly, he's also going to leave without it, if that's necessary.
Yeah, that's why it's called the graveyard of empires, right? It's so difficult to settle Afghanistan. It's the longest,
Russia knows this.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the longest war. It's longer than the Vietnam War. So the criticism